Day 2 has begun, and look at this beautiful weather. We are geared up with the rain gear because, well, the rain came through. Anyway, yeah, so the rain came through last night. It's not so bad now, but there's probably going to be more to come, and the road spray is going to be fun to deal with. So, might be a little bit of a wet ride for a little while. So we are continuing westbound, and we are back on I-68. Heading towards West Virginia. Be in West Virginia for a good part of the day. And then we'll be off to Kentucky.
The road spray really wasn't all that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was, but it really wasn't bad. So I decided it's time to start looking for a place to get rid of this rain gear. This part of I-68 really is pretty scenic normally. Had a lot of low clouds, bit of fog, so you really couldn't see the mountains, the valleys, like you normally could. But overall, I-68 is a great interstate to ride, as far as interstates go.
Place for a lighthouse. West Virginia, wild and wonderful. 3/4 mile to a rest area and welcome center. Thank you, West Virginia, because I gotta lose this rain gear.
This rest stop was a welcome sight. It was so nice to get that rain gear off. It really had me sweating underneath. No sun out or anything like that, but it was still pretty muggy. I opted really just to stuff it in the back because I thought I'd be needing it again. And then get on down the road. now approaching Morgantown, West Virginia, where I ended up getting on I-79, which takes you pretty much southwestbound through West Virginia towards Charleston. Not a bad ride. Pretty good scenery. Coming through Charleston, West Virginia now, I split off from I-79 onto I-64 towards Huntington, and then on towards Kentucky.
Oh, we just made it on to Interstate 64. Came through Charleston, West Virginia. It had little construction patches here and there. Nothing too horrible though. It is a Saturday, so that's always nice. Let's see, we're going to be on 64 for the rest of today, because we'll be stopping in Frankfort, Kentucky. And I've already stopped once for gas. I totally forgot to do any kind of, I don't think I did any kind of recording. If I did, it's, I'm drawing a blank on it right now anyway. But you see these big cumulus clouds building, and there is a chance of thunderstorms today, so we might not be out of the woods as far as being wet today. Anyway, we're going to continue on down here through I-64, and I'll occasionally turn the camera on, record some of the scenery. It's been pretty good. I haven't stopped to fly the drone or anything like that, and you know what? Honestly, I don't care. Like, this is more about enjoying the trip than making YouTube videos. I'll share what I can, and maybe it'll be enough to inspire you to get out there and do the thing, as one of them YouTubers says. But yeah, we'll be on 64 for the rest of today and a good chunk of tomorrow. That's going to lead us all the way into St. Louis tomorrow, where we'll be getting on I-70, and then I-70 is going to be a big chunk of the rest of our journey westward. Gonna wait and see if this stuff was gonna pass. It looked like it was gonna, kind of pass the interstate, and I'd go through the remnants, but it looks like there's more stuff forming behind it.
radar really can be deceiving. I really did not think the rain was going to be all that bad or last all that long. Well, in reality, it didn't last all that long, maybe about 10 minutes or so, but I did end up getting quite soaked, as you'll see here shortly. As the rain started getting heavier, I decided, let's just hang out in the right lane. I put the hazards on just in case anybody was coming up behind me fairly fast. And just continued on. Right about here, the GPS started acting a little bit funky. I guess all the water on the screen was interfering with the touch sensitivity, capacitance, whatever you call it, but it kept reverting to the step-by-step instructions instead of the map page. Was ending, the sun was starting to come out again. Still some water on my lens, but you know, whatever. I thought this might just be the last of the rain for the day, but I was sorely mistaken. Well, I finally saw another rider on the road going the same way I was going. Well, he was smart enough to actually put his rain gear on. Continuing on, I did dry out, but that wouldn't last for long. The sky grew dark again, and I knew I was in for round 2 when it came to rain. This time, it would last a little bit longer, and it was a little bit heavier, and soaked me to the bone. eventually did slow down, and I made it to the hotel, where I proceeded to use the hair dryer and try and dry out my clothes for the next morning. After that, I decided, well, it's time to go get a steak and a beer, and Lone Star Steakhouse was right next door. I didn't film myself drying any of the equipment, but I probably should have, because it was kind of funny. That was it for day 2. Hope you all enjoyed it. Join me back here when we head on towards St. Louis for day 3.